Derek Simnett, Bianca Taylor, look at Summer Fun Fitness, Fit Vegan Chef, Corin Sutton, Marshall Fent. If I just sat and wrote a list, it would be 50 or 100 strong, and these are just people that I'm literally friends with. It's pretty obvious that you can absolutely be muscular, have a bunch of muscle, be really thick. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. This is 5 bad excuses to not go vegan and how to answer those bad excuses. Because I was just staying with my brother, who's not vegan, with his wife, who's also not vegan, and she was asking me all these different questions, and I realized a lot of people still, this day and age, really do not know how you could possibly go vegan, and in their minds think it is literally the hardest thing ever. So hopefully this will help you field those excuses when you're talking to people about why you're vegan and how they could go as well. Before I get too far into the video, I want to mention that I am doing a back to school special, so I have a huge discount on my vegan coaching with my Vegan Battle Plan 2.0 program. So if you're a brand new vegan and you want to make sure you're doing everything right, or if you're a more advanced lifter and you just want to take yourself to the next level, just reach out to me on Instagram, send me a DM with the word coach in it. You and me can talk back and forth. We see if my coaching is right for you. Let's get started with the first excuse, and I think this is the one that I hear the most often, which is, I've heard that vegan diets are deficient in blank. Whatever vitamin, whatever mineral, whatever they've heard that it's deficient in. So that's B12, vitamin D, omega-3, whatever it is, right? The idea that vegan diets specifically are deficient in things but every other diet isn't is absolutely crazy. Here's some nutty stats, okay? 68% of Americans are deficient in omega-3s. It's not just vegans, it's basically everybody. 6 to 20% of Americans are deficient in B12. Those are non-vegan people. And 75% of people are deficient in vitamin D, literally the sunshine vitamin. It's not just vegans. There's a lot of deficiencies all over the board. Now, in a healthy vegan diet with a lot of variety, you're gonna get a lot of these anyways, right? So if you're having a vegan milk, it's probably fortified at this point with B12, possibly omega-3s, probably vitamin D, probably iron, calcium, all those kind of things. Nutritional yeast also covers B12 and iron. I think a lot of people know that omega-3s can be found in nuts and seeds. Vitamin D, obviously you just spend some time in the sunshine, or it is found in mushrooms as well. But I think also the point I really wanna make is that everybody really should be supplementing if we look at those stats, regardless of whether you are vegan or not. Obviously, a lot of Americans are missing a lot of those vitamins and minerals, and sometimes it's just easier to supplement to make sure that you are getting it every single day. I think you guys probably heard me talk about it before, but the supplement company that I use is Vivo Life. They literally cover all of those things: vitamin B12, vitamin D, omega-3s, protein, literally a whole multi-nutrient that's like all of the vitamins. If you ever want to use my code and get a discount, it's Brian10. I'll also put a link to it in the description below. Okay, so that's number 1. Now we're moving to number 2, and this is probably also the second most common excuse, which is vegan foods are too expensive. This one bugs me a lot because I think a lot of people are just comparing eating frozen meals and eating out at restaurants every single day. But when do you do that with non-vegan foods? It's ridiculous, right? If you're eating a healthy and really a normal vegan diet, it's actually super cheap, right? Things like soy curls and beans and tempeh and seitan and tofu and stir fries, oatmeal, pasta, soups, chowders, baked beans, vegetables, all of that stuff is really, really cheap. In fact, I would say that's cheaper than what the average American who's not vegan is eating. So while it may take a little bit of creativity and you might have to put a little bit of effort into eating, it honestly is much cheaper. But the caveat is that, yeah, you can't just rely on frozen meals every single day. But really, we probably shouldn't be doing that anyways. All right, number 3, and I know you were waiting for this one. I can't go vegan because I want to be athletic and I want to be muscular. I think at this point, it's pretty obvious that you can absolutely be muscular, have a bunch of muscle, be really thick as a vegan, and also be super athletic if maybe you don't want to just be muscular. In addition to me just saying this and proving it, from my own personal experience, this has been proven many a times. The best ultra endurance athletes in the world are vegans. They're this pair of 60-year-old, husband and wife. I think Janet and Alan Murray, that's their name. They're in their 60s, and they ran a marathon every single day for an entire year. Every single day, concurrently. 365 marathons in a row. And they even did it, I think they did it on like a raw fruit and vegetable vegan diet. So it's obviously possible to be a super crazy athlete. And then also, if you're just talking about gaining muscle, which I think is a lot of people's excuses, tons of us have shown online and we share our experience on social media that you can gain a bunch of muscle. I mean, look at me, look at Nimai Delgado, look at Derek Simnet. If you're looking for girls, look at Bianca Taylor, look at Summer Fun Fitness on Instagram, Fit Vegan Chef. Corin Sutton is another guy who's really, really great. You have Marshall Fent, you have Chris Moore, you have Doms Thompson. Literally, these are just like a couple of people coming off the top of my head. If I just sat and wrote a list, it would be 50 or 100 strong. And these are just people that I'm literally friends with. It's no longer a thing that I think you can use as an excuse. It's obviously possible. You just gotta put in the work. Just like if you weren't vegan, you gotta put in the work to be muscular. All right, moving on to number 4, vegan food tastes bad. Now, this one, my answer to it is very simple. First off, when it comes to cooking, learn how to spice things. Learn how to make things taste good, right? Because even animal dishes are always spiced with herbs and spices. They're literally flavored with plants. So you just got to learn how to cook, but also don't compare, vegan food that's healthy vegan food with non-healthy, non-vegan food, right? Don't compare junk food to healthy vegan food. Because I think there's this thing that happened where people associate veganism with 100% absolutely healthy food, right? Really boring, and especially if your palate is not used to whole foods and, not having a bunch of fat in your foods and not deep frying stuff, you're not covering it in sauces and stuff, then yeah, obviously it's gonna be really hard if you're going from like Buffalo Wild Wings to eating, like a stir fry with like sprouted lentils or something like that. So make sure that you're comparing like to like, right? If you're comparing junk food that's non-vegan, compare it to junk food that is vegan, which clearly, like Ben & Jerry's has proven that that's literally exactly the same taste. I think we can put the kibosh on that one. Now, number 5, the last one, is that I don't know how to cook, or I just don't have time. You don't have to be a 5-star Michelin chef to be successful at eating vegan and plant-based foods and enjoying yourself, really, right? You just gotta learn the basics, and I feel like everybody should really know the basics of how to cook. So learn how to make a simple stir fry. It literally takes a couple minutes. I've had videos where I show how to do like all the things I'm about to tell you, but learn how to make oatmeal. You can do this in a microwave. It takes 2 minutes. Absolutely super easy. Learn how to cook potatoes, like bake potatoes in the oven, or boil potatoes and then mash them for mashed potatoes, cut them into little rounds, throw them on a tray, throw them in the oven for an hour, forget about them, and then you have all this delicious potatoes. You can literally make baked beans and a baked potato, or baked beans on toast. It's like so many super easy things, like a cold pasta salad, or like meal preps is another really good thing. You can spend just a small amount of time learning how to make a recipe and then just make it in volume and continue eating that over and over until you get tired of that flavor, and then learn another meal prep and make that in volume, and you can eat that every single week. I think I have almost 100 meal prep recipes on my channel for free. So this excuse obviously takes a little bit of effort, but anything that you want to do in life is going to take a little bit of effort. You're going to have to expect to learn how to cook a little bit. I'm not telling you have to go to culinary school. It's very easy to do the stuff that I do. All right, there you have it. I don't think I've ever really made a video when it comes to fielding excuses from people who are vegan interested, but just don't really know how to address the most common excuses that people come up with. So I felt like this would be really helpful so that you have answers for people who are talking to you, or you can just send this video to them and just be like, look, someone already answered it for you. And hopefully I feel like this would be really, really helpful. Another van life episode is coming up pretty soon. We're actually in this really, really beautiful town next to this river. It's called Wenatchee in Washington. Things have been crazy last few weeks. I won't explain them to you now. I'll let you see them in the next Van Life episode, which will be up in a week or two. I appreciate the support you guys give me as always. Literally makes me so happy that I'm able to do this journey and share it with you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what some of the excuses that you've heard or some of your answers to those excuses are in the comments below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you sexy people in the very next video. Peace.
CT, lift heavy, done.